Hi guys! So it is evening milking time and I just wrapped up. The cows have been milked and the family's been fed and they're snuggled in, reading books in bed and having nighttime routine. And that's the thing about raising dairy, is somebody has to be down in the barn milking cows at nighttime and first of the morning. And sometimes I plan it better to where I get to have the kids down here with me, and one of them bottle feeds the calf and one of them feeds the sheep, and the other one we're doing spelling words, and I have a playpen set up in my secure milking room, and it gets to be a family event. But tonight is not that night, and some nights it super sucks to be down here in the barn by yourself when, you know, my husband's up in the house snuggled in, you know, with my little kiddos and they're reading books, and, you know, I'm down in the cold barn drinking wine out of a Yeti. True story, actually. So one of the questions, what do you want? One of the questions that came up was, how many cows do I milk? So I currently milk 3 cows twice a day. So I live in the state of Idaho, which allows you to have 3 cows in milk for sale at a time. So basically that means is you can milk 3 cows and sell 100% of their milk. You can milk 4 cows and sell 3 cows worth of milk and keep 1 cow for your family consumption only. Or you can even milk 5 cows and slop the hogs with one of the cows and feed your family with 1 cow and still feed 3 cows worth of milk to customers. They don't care as long as you only sell 3 cows worth of milk at a time. So right now we have 3. We have Sherry. There's Sherry. Hi, girl. So Sherry is my top producer on the farm. She's currently giving me about 6.5 gallons a day, which is pretty outstanding for a Jersey cow. And Sherry is such an easy, beautiful milker that I'm hoping to keep her till she's, 22 years old. She's, an easy handler, and you feed her and you can milk her. She's a good cow. She's got A2 milk and just absolutely beautiful, a dream to milk. She's been fresh for 3 months. She's been exposed to my bull for the last 30 days. I would hope that she's bred by now. However, the last 24 hours she's been walking around with her tail lifted up a little bit, so I am assuming she's going to come back into heat. She's due here in 3 days, so I wouldn't be surprised if she did not take. So if she doesn't take with my little mini bull, he's about 8 inches shorter than her, then I will AI her this coming round. And then we have Maggie. Where's Maggie? Say hi, Maggie. Maggie is the most patient cow on the entire face of the earth. You can milk Maggie outside the barn, you can milk Maggie in the milk room, you can milk Maggie tied up to the play set. She doesn't care. She's completely patient. My kids clean her udder and feed her and scratch her down and brush her, and she loves it. She just stands there. She's such a good cow. Maggie has actually been in milk since February of last year, which is pushing it a little bit for me. I don't like to run my cows more than 10 months at a time, and I do that because I find they start to get a little bit stubborn in their milking, meaning some nights they don't want to come into the barn, or they start to lift up their feet a little bit with the milker. And the other thing that happens when a cow is in prolonged lactation is they start to have an increase in their somatic cell count. And since I am licensed with the Department of Agriculture, they test my milk every 30 days. And one of the things they test for is a high SCC, somatic cell count. And if you do have an increase in SCC, you are risking your license. So as long as Maggie's SCC count is within normal range, then I will keep her in milk. I would have hoped that Maggie would be bred and calving a little bit earlier in the season, but Maggie is actually not due to the middle of July. She bred back really easy and ended up and miscarried her calf at about 30 days. So I gave her some time off and didn't breed her back till later in the season. So far everything's great. She hasn't had any issues with her pregnancy. So I will probably keep her in milk until mid-April when Daisy calves. But if she starts to, like I said, have an increase in SCC, then I will absolutely pull her off the line and dry her up. Then we have Belle. Where's Belle? Belle's over in the corner there, and Belle isn't the best producer on the farm. She's pretty low at about 3.5 gallons a day. But she's got beautiful, creamy, golden Guernsey type A2 milk. And she's not the easiest to milk, but because of her milk quality, then I will absolutely keep her on the lineup. She's been in milk for about 5 months, and she has also been exposed to the bull. She's a little bit shorter than Sherry, so the likelihood that she's bred is greater. I will draw her blood here in about 30 days just to test to see if she is bred. If she is not bred, then I will AI her to select sire's semen. I've had great luck with them. What are you doing? So that's it. So I have 3 cows currently in milk. I have 2 cows that are out of milk. Daisy is due in middle of April. And Daisy is the only cow that has ever blessed me with a heifer. Out of the last 9 calves, I have got 8 bulls. So this is the year I'm pretty stoked. It's going to be all heifers. I just know it. We're going to have like 5 heifers. But we probably won't, because that's the way life rolls sometimes. So Daisy hopefully will have a heifer here in the end of April, and she is my only hand-milked cow on the farm. She's really feisty, and she does not like the sound of the milking machine, so I hand milk her. She will ninja kick you and kill you if you turn on the milk machine in front of her. So this year I will hopefully convince her that the milk machine is okay, and we'll get her hooked up. If not, she'll be my one needy cow that gets, you know, always hand milked. And then I have Elsie, and Elsie I bought from a farmstead that's close to home, and they have had Elsie in milk for the last 3 years. They did not have money or access for a bull or AI service, so they just kept her in milk for 3 years, and even being in prolonged lactation that time, she still gave a gallon a day, which is pretty significant. So I'm pretty impressed with that and have high hopes for it if I can breed her back. So right now she's kind of my project cow. I'm not sure if she'll breed back. The rule of thumb is you don't dry up a cow unless they're bred. And she's not bred. She's not in milk. She's kind of just a butthead in the pasture. And so she's definitely going to be my summer project to get into milking condition and become a good, you know, family cow. I have 2 little 1-year-old heifers in the pasture that are not bred, and I'll breed them here in the next 6 months. And that's it. So 5 cows total, 3 in milk, 2 dry, and 2 heifers, and a handful of little bull calves that are either going to get sold or steered. And that's it. That's the herd.